Hi, it's Terry Edwards here, Renegade Recruiter, and we work with the owners and directors of independently owned recruitment and search firms, and our sole aim is to help you generate more leads, make more placements and earn more money, so you can have a business and a lifestyle that you truly desire. And I've just completed a one-to-one coaching session with one of our clients in our Accelerator program, which is a 12-week program we work when we work with recruitment and search firm owners. And what we were doing in this session was just really looking at his numbers, looking at where he is now, or where he wants to get to. Because what we tend to do is establish where he wants to get to, and then we just kind of reverse engineer that as to exactly what he needs to do. But we need to know where you are right now before we can work out how to get to where you want to get to. But after he shared his numbers with me, some things came out, sort of hit me between the eyes, so to speak. I'm not going to go into the exact numbers, but one of the things I challenged him on was, is he actually making the profit that he wants to be making at this stage in his business life? And the answer was no, because what he'd done is he's built his team, and he's now got a team of 10 consultants. But if you look very closely at the numbers aren't stacking up. And the reason that the numbers aren't stacking up is because he's got a number of underperforming consultants. Now, this isn't criticism of this particular recruitment or search firm owner. This is quite common. In fact, I'll go as far as to say that anybody that's got a team, you've got a percentage of your team that are underperforming. And often that number, by the way, is between 20 and 30% of your team right now are underperforming. And that's just the way it is. Now, there's some things you can do about it, but you need to be aware of what's going on, though, when you've got an underperforming team. Because often when I initially talk to recruitment and search firm owners, they talk about the size of the team and they give me these numbers. Yeah, we employ 10 consultants, we employ 20 consultants. But when you closely look at the numbers, they don't stack up. And in many cases, the owner's actually making a loss if they look at it. So the challenge is around underperforming consultants. As I said, between 20 and 30% of your consultants right now are underperforming. Now, there's a number of reasons why they're underperforming. I'm not going to go into all of it right now, but let's consider this. First of all, let's consider the implications for you as a business owner. If you've got a team of underperforming consultants, what that means is that you are having to work harder, period. Now, I guess that when you set up your business and when you brought the consultants in, it wasn't, hey, come and join me so I can work harder. I guess not. It has a negative impact on the rest of the team. Your underperformers tend to have more of an impact, a disproportionate impact on the team than anybody else. So what they tend to do as well, if you allow it to happen, is they will bring down the morale and the performance of the other members of the team. Because if you're underperforming consultants, you've got to justify why you're underperforming. So they're going to say things, yeah, it's the market that we're working in, it's the fees that our company are charging, it's the structure here, it's the matrix or whatever. But they have to justify their behaviour. Very few underperforming consultants say, I'm underperforming, I'm holding my hand up and I accept responsibility. What they will tend to do is to look round and blame other people, and that's where it then has a negative impact on your team. You really need to be aware of that. Of course, another implication is the cost to you. If you've got an underperforming team, it's actually costing you money. Financially, it's costing you money. The amount of conversations I've had with owners and directors of recruitment and search firms, and here's what they've done in the past. They've gone out, they've billed, they've generated income, and that income ended up going into the pocket of the underperforming consultants. And often, the business owner themselves lose out financially. Then there's the opportunity cost as well. How much is it costing you if you've got underperformance? How much is that costing you an opportunity cost? Every minute you spend with that underperforming consultant means that that's time that you could spend in elsewhere and probably getting a lot better return as well. With underperforming consultants, it's impacting on your growth. It's slowing down your growth. You're going to stagnate if you continue with that situation of underperforming consultants. And ultimately, all this means is that your family suffer. Now that may seem a bit harsh, but think about it. If you haven't got the money that you would like for yourself because you're paying it to the underperforming consultants, your family are suffering. If you haven't got the time that you would like to give to your family and those that you really care for and love, because you're spending that time with the underperforming consultants, your family are suffering. Again, bit of a wild guess here. I can almost guarantee that when you set up in business, that wasn't your plan. To bring in underperforming consultants who then have a negative impact on your family. And what's the implications if this continues? How long are you going to put up with it? A month? 3 months? A year? You're going to work harder and harder for these underperforming consultants. You're going to let them affect the overall morale of the team and the financial and opportunity cost it's costing you. Well, if you're anything that the majority of recruitment and search firms that I speak to on a regular basis, that's the last thing you want to do, and I guess ultimately you want to do something about it. But if you have got underperforming consultants, you may want to look at that and say, well, what is it you can do as an owner or director of the business to improve the performance of the team? Because that's what it's all about. As an owner or director, you didn't create this business to have this large team that were then underperforming. Your dream was to create this business and have high-performing consultants. Well, there's a number of reasons why a consultant will underperform. And ultimately, you've got to take some of that responsibility as well. And look, if you want to discover what you can be doing as the owner or director to improve the performance of your team, and also yourself as well, because there's some simple and fundamental things that you're doing. So here's what most recruitment and search firm owners did, and certainly happened to me when I joined search firms. They'd say, well, welcome to our company. And I'm going to show my age here now, but they gave me a Rolodex and they said, hey, call these companies and see if you can get some search business, because that's what it was like, 20 plus years ago when you did searches. It was literally a Rolodex, and you kind of got on with it. And the owner or director is kind of hoping, fingers crossed, that this consultant that comes in, they're going to prove successful. And as we know, in many cases, that isn't going to happen. But if you'd like to discover exactly what you should be doing and what you could do to improve the performance of your team, join our group on Facebook, and we're going to share with you some tips and strategies that you can use to improve the performance of your team. Now, our group on Facebook is called Recruitment and Search Business Owners Fast Profit Growth Strategies. That's the name of the group there. Go onto Facebook, find that group, join the group, and we'll give you some tips and guidance on what you can do to improve the performance of your team, but also yourself as well. So we'll improve your bidding performance and that of your team. Alternatively, you can send me a personal message. So send me a personal message and I'll get back to you. So if you're an owner or a director of a recruitment or search business, whether you're a solo recruiter and you want to improve the performance of yourself, or if you're an owner and director and you've got a team that reports into you, simply send me a message. We'll join our group and we'll share with you how to improve the overall performance of your business. So simply send me a message or join us in our Facebook group. I look forward to speaking to you real soon. Until next time, take care, take action, and be relentless.